Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to use the while and repeat commands, which are very similar, but they will be used in different situations in your programs that you make. So let's get started with the while command. You type while, and then you put your condition right after, and then you can have as many statements as you want, and then make sure you put an end after. And so this whole thing will be repeated while this condition is true, and once the condition is not true, then it'll go to the end and continue on with your program. The repeat command, on the other hand, is pretty similar, but it's slightly different, as it repeats with this condition while it's not true until the condition is true. So it's like the complete opposite, but they can be both used in the same situation. And so what we need to do is, first of all, if you want a while command to go on forever and never end, you can have as many statements as you want. Just put while 1, and that'll run forever because of Boolean logic, like we talked about in the last video with the if-then-elses. So Boolean logic, 1 is true, and since it is always true, it will be running forever. And on the other hand, if you did the same thing with a repeat, you'd have to put repeat 0, and it would go forever. And that is, again, because of Boolean logic. 1 is true, 0 is false. And then you have to know when to use a repeat and when to use a while. Because like I said, while 1 statements end and repeat 0 statements end does the same thing, but when do you use which? So you got to ask yourself one of two questions. The first question you got to ask is, should the code inside the loop be executed at least once? And also, this goes with it, does the condition use a variable? So like 1, if I did while a instead of 1, if it uses a variable, like say I did while 1 or while a, and then delete this and put input a, the variable is established inside the loop and it is used in the condition, and if it is, you want to use repeat. So in this instance, I would not use a while, I would use a repeat. And then if this question does not help you, you're going to move on to the second question, which is you only use it if the previous question doesn't help you answer. And it's, are you running the loop as long as this is true, or run the loop until this is true? And so they're complete opposites. So if you're going to use a while loop, if it's this first one, running the loop as long as this is true. And you're going to use a repeat if you're doing until this is true. So an example right here is, what do you want? You want to wait until a key is pressed, which is what the get key command does. And this can also be stated, run the loop until a key is pressed. And which one was that? That was the second one. Run the loop until this is true. What do we want to be true? It's the key to be pressed, and it's not going to be pressed all the time. So we're going to be doing the second one, which means we're going to be wanting to use this right here. And so, like I said, in that instance, you would use the repeat command. So right here, what this would do is just, your calculator wouldn't output anything. It would just show a loading bar in the top right because the loop was going through. And once any button on the whole calculator is pressed, it'll continue on with your code after. So it'll do the code after, and you wouldn't put anything in here unless you want it to repeat until a button is pressed. But it's just like a pause button, but you don't have to press enter. So that's pretty much it for the repeat and while commands, and I'll see you in the next video.